kills people is not the God of the Bible. Write it down. Any God that kills people is not the God of the Bible. No, sir. Any God that deforms people, any God that defames people is not the God of the Bible. The God of our Lord Jesus Christ makes the sun to shine on the good and on the bad, makes his rain to fall on the righteous and on the unrighteous. For God so loved the church. What does God love? The world. Give me that Romans chapter 5 verse 8 to 11, PJ. Let's read it. Let's see how God treats his enemies.
For God commendeth his love toward us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us.
Next verse.
Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him.
Next verse.
For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of
Hold
his
on.
Son.
How did God treat his enemies? He reconciled them how? By dying for them. That's the way God treats enemies. All this, let God arise and your enemies be scattered. Let God arise. My God, what are you waiting for? Wait, it's anger issues. You have what? You need a therapist. They even look for a way to make themselves feel good. They call it holy anger. What is holiness in anger? Anger is anger. Say to your neighbor, I don't have anger issues. I bless my enemies. I wish them well. And I pray that they come to the knowledge of Christ. How many of you know there was a time Paul the apostle was Saul of Tarsus, the enemy of the church? If God had killed him, where will you have your epistles? In that his enemy of the church, he was carrying the entire Bible inside him. The mandate was upon his life. Some say how? Jeremiah, while you were yet in your mother's womb, I knew thee and ordained thee a prophet to the nations. God knows the end from the beginning. So he knows those he's going to use long before they receive the gospel, because he knows they will receive. He doesn't make them receive, but in his knowledge, he knows they will. That's why Paul said, when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb to reveal his glory in me, I did not confer with flesh and blood. If God had killed him, where will be the mercy? God is not willing that any soul should perish. God says, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked. So if God has no pleasure in the death of the wicked, which God are you praying to kill the wicked? If I be a man of God, anger issues.